So as everyone knows, we had 3 bunnies here when we came back after our trip to the southwest. And in a little bit of bad news here, here is the only bunny currently left. And I will get a little close, but I don't want to get too close and scare him off. But you can see he's eating and going on. But I'm going to pan over here to his other side. And not to get too graphic here, I don't know how good that's going to show up, but as you can see, his eye is gone. And what happened there, and I'm trying not to get too mad talking about this, but we have some prick neighbors. And you know, I told you all in the Tennessee video that Tennessee does have its pricks, but they actually shot the rabbit through the eye with a crossbow and just pulled the arrow out and left it for dead. We have since nursed it back to health really good, but as you can see, he's still struggling and still in a lot of pain. And I'll apologize, it's taking me a second to get through this. So of the other 2 bunnies that you have seen pictures of, and I will include pictures above here of, they are dead. I know one was shot dead with the same crossbow, and the other one we have seen, but we weren't able to kind of lure it back up here. Now we haven't seen it in a few weeks, so my guess is it's probably been got as well. And in talking about this, I'm not opposed to hunting. You know, I grew up in East Tennessee. We do a lot of hunting in this area. But my issue is when somebody hunts something that is basically a pet. As you can see, I'm no more than a foot away from this rabbit. These things were never meant to be wild rabbits. Somebody had just abandoned them. And then you got jackasses down here that want to shoot them. And not even for the sport of hunting, you know, a hunter would take it and consume that product. They just left them for dead. So that, you know, for me, that really pisses me off. And again, you know, I know I might get some comments about, you know, hey, hunting's hunting or whatever. That ain't hunting. I grew up around it. That ain't it. So if you're going to comment that stuff, move on to the next video. But I just wanted to show the bunny, show the one left, and show, you know, what had happened to them, what they done, and just say that that's bull crap. But you know, to do something like that to something that'll walk right up to you, that ain't hunting. That's just being a jerk. So that's all. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some of the stuff that we're doing to help them out while we're traveling. So now we will talk about what we're going to do when we leave for 3 months, how we're going to keep this rabbit fed that's still here. So we've made this thing right here, and basically what this is just an automatic self-feeding tube. And what goes into this, and I will include links probably to Lowe's for all this stuff. This isn't really stuff you can get off of Amazon, but it's just a 4-inch PVC pipe with a cap, and here you can see the food in it. And basically this holds about 25 pounds of rabbit pellets. So I just put the cap back on top. That keeps the food from getting wet, but we can also fill this up here. So pretty easy design. We just got a long 4-inch tube that comes down. I put in these little braces here just to kind of hold the tube in place, and it helps us move it up. We can move it around a little bit if we need to, so it's not completely tied down. It's movable, but it won't fall over. So anyway, it's just a 4-inch tube going down, And then down here, we actually put an elbow piece into this, and all I used was PVC cement on this to hold all these into place. This stuff is really easy to use. I'll show it to you in a minute, but you just wipe it around on the inside and stick it up on the pipe, and in about 20-30 minutes it's pretty well stuck. And down there at the bottom, you see the end conclusion where the food is coming out. And to kind of get this little half piece that you see right here, I actually took a cap, just like what's on top, and glued it to it, and then cut a section of it out. That way it's got something to hold the food in place. And so far this thing has worked out great. And of course down here you see another little piece here. But you can put anything to hold that in place. That's not too big of a deal. This is just what we had laying around here, so it's what I use. But, you know, overall this thing holds, like I say, about 25 pounds of food. We're hoping it'll last a couple of months, but we do have someone coming to check it once a month and refill it if it needs to be refilled. And we're actually getting ready to set some hay out down around here too, just so, you know, the rabbit during the colder nights can have something to kind of nestle into, stuff like that. And then we got the water jug here, which that'll probably run out over the time that we're gone, but there is a creek right back there that the rabbits have been drinking from beforehand. So they got plenty of water, not going to run out of that. And then this here is just the first little self-feeder that we started off with. But anyway, this little thing here works really good. It's really neat. I do wish on the bottom we'd have put another little straight pipe on it to make it a little bit longer. But, you know, it is what it is. It's working as intended and as needed. And we're actually going to put a tarp over this right here just to keep everything from getting wet at all, you know, as much as possible. Make a little runoff tarp. But the glue that I was talking about, I'll pull this up here. So that's it. And it's, like I said, it's just PVC cement. And I will include a link for all this stuff down below. Anybody who has rabbits, guinea pigs, chickens, whatever, this is a really neat and easy solution for that. Probably costs about 40-50 bucks to get a, you know, get a good amount of food to them and keep it going and not have to constantly go down and refill.